Well, we are live.
We are. Welcome to the Munzee Videocast number 12.
Rob's a little busy right now, so he's just in his own world. He's not going to do the intro with us, but I'm Dylan Derryberry, the master of media here at Munzee. To my left, we have Presidente Rob Vardaman, and to my right, we have Matthew McCann, intern extraordinaire.
Howdy, everyone.
My title keeps changing. I'm okay with that.
It's all right. It keeps everybody guessing, right?
Yeah.
And so for those of you that are maybe not Munzee players and perhaps are only Vincey players, you also might recognize this guy as Bob Vardaman.
Is this Bob back here? Yeah. Which one's Rob? Which one's Bob?
That's fake Rob. So that's Fob.
I think that one. Bob. Yeah, there you go. That one's also Rob. So here's what is going on. I actually just hit the. I just made the Vincey event, the very first public event, inactive. So no more pictures.
So
no more
so
pictures
it doesn't get behind.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what I want to show you, I want to show everyone. So if you're watching the video, that's cool. I want to show you the approval screen. You can see on the approval screen is that the approvals are all anonymous. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to go through and approve or reject these final pictures. And as I wrap that up, then guess what? We will have a winner to announce, and then we'll move on with the podcast. So
as you guys may have heard, Vincey went live this week. It's taken up a lot of our time. For good reason, I think. We've had some really positive feedback. So while the Munzee side of things may have seemed a little quiet, I do promise we were very busy with the Vincey stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we came in Monday and made it live in both the Apple and Android store, or Google
Play, and then the App Store, and we actually, the App Store went live first because they have an approval process. It takes a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we came in Monday morning, had our early meeting. Well, it was supposed to be early.
Early-ish.
Early-ish.
I'm sure somebody would disagree with the time that constitutes early, but
yeah. And our Anda developer, Michael, subjective terms.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Michael came in and we let him push the button to make that live, and
yeah, and so
it's been a crazy week.
It has. We've hit the ground running, on slot of social media posts and clues and everything. And so the big thing, obviously Vincey is made for private scavenger hunts that people can, host with our app. But the big thing we were pushing this week was our free weekly photo hunts, which have been really popular. I think at the end of the by today, we had 1,000 people playing in our free weekly photo hunt. And I mean, I'd say that's a pretty good number. 10 clues were released each day. Some of them were fairly easy. Some of them were extremely hard. We had a lot of creative input from people. Yeah. Which, in case you haven't been paying attention, does get you bonus points if you're creative with it, depending on who is approving the photos at the time. But again, I think we've had a lot of fun with it, and moving forward, it definitely gave us a lot to learn and to, kind of hone our skills as we move forward with more photo hunts.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't take the any of the approval process off of Rob's plate. I think he was too happy and too excited about approving them all. He wanted to see them all.
I think for at least the first 2 days.
Yeah, I managed to get like an hour or two of approval in before he ripped me away. He likes to do it.
It's fun.
And it is a lot of fun.
It helps me learn about the players and everyone else. Now, something fun has happened. There's actually a slim application error. There's something going on with the website.
So Scott broke it.
Yeah, right. Don't you like transparent companies?
I just sent him a message telling him that we've got an issue. So we'll announce the winner.
We will. We will.
Get back to the site.
But so I was kind of thinking, back just on this first week and everything that's happened. This has been one of my longer weeks at Munzee. Just input wise and work wise, but that's a good thing because it keeps me out of trouble. But what were some of you guys' favorite moments from this first week? Vincey related. Well, so like I said, I never went through the approval process, but I am taking some responsibility with Dylan for the Vincey stuff, and I've been going through the pictures a lot today. And man, there are some interesting ones. Yeah.
Some are really, really good. Some are a little scary. but it's we see a good one and Rob will be like, look at this. This is just really cool. Or I don't know if I wanted to see this.
Yeah.
Well,
but they're a lot of fun to look at just because
I think that's kind of one of my double-edged favorite things about Evency is that with Munzee, we can interact with them. They can go and cap in certain areas, and that gives you a little bit of an idea of who the players are around you. But with Evency, I mean, it's photos. It's whatever you think, and it kind of showcases how your mind thinks. And there are some interesting minds out there in the Evency and Munzee community.
Yeah.
Some of these photos we've gotten have been so off the wall, crazy and creative that it took us a couple minutes to even figure it out.
They really were. They've been amazing. Some of them that were my were some of my favorites as I went through and approved. Got some bonus points, and we didn't necessarily say, hey everybody, there's going to be bonus points, but what you could see very obviously was that people put a lot of time and effort into it. Instead of you have a picture or you have a word that it's something simple. And you're supposed to. Prehistoric was one that we just did. All right, so prehistoric, and so some people took a picture of a little plastic dinosaur. Awesome, that's prehistoric. Some people went out of their way, they went and you could tell clearly that it was a museum or somewhere that had a fossil, or they showed an actual rock fossil, shell.
I loved
some of those things.
Yeah, I loved the fortune cookie one because first of all, we're driving traffic to Chinese food places
and delivery places.
Which are usually family run businesses anyway, so of course we're supporting small business there. But then we even had people making their own fortune cookies because they couldn't find fortune cookies anywhere, which was crazy and cool and creative. And you guys are doing so much with this, and it's continuing to wow us. One of my favorite moments was we did a little throwback Thursday one with video game consoles yesterday. And Scott came into the office and he's like, hey, I want to do this. What should we set as the rules? And Michael, our developer, was like, well, how about you only accept consoles before 1990? And I'm like, there's no way people are going to be able to do this. Like 1990, that was so long ago. Bump it up to 2000. And he was like, no, man, that's too easy. That's too easy. And I'm like, you're crazy. There's no way people are going to be able to do this if we do it at 1990. So I won, and we pushed it to 2000. But everything that people posted was before 1990. I swear. There were a couple older ones from the mid 90s, but there were a ton of stuff from like the 70s and the 80s, and it's crazy the things that people hold on to.
It's really been awesome because he said that to me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this train wreck. And it actually was really cool. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
So it was a big team effort the whole week. I mean, it was a huge team effort over the last 3-6 months, somewhere in that neighborhood to get it built and to get it released. And so it's been a team effort this week to come up with some fun things and just to, I don't know, it's kind of rallied the whole team together just to
and again,
and rejoice and have fun.
Well, yeah. And coming from, Munzee, we've been telling people about Evency for about 6 months now. We kind of our first official announcement was MHQ Bash in October, or that would have been late September. So we've been teasing this for so long, and it finally comes out. And just kind of an additional thank you to all of our players as we put Evency special icons on the map.
Right.
And again, there was some confusion because people thought they had to use the Evency app to capture those and stuff, but it was just a fun little thing for our Munzee players who kept along with us, and another fun thing for them to go out and get.
Funny that you would mention that, because we've got a question from Murray Moffat. What he asks is, it's a kind of Evency related. Has MHQ specified how long the Evency pins will be bouncing around on the Munzee map for? And then his question, till the end of the month, maybe. So, Dylan, what do you think from that conversation we had?
Well, so the big thing we're pushing is this kind of rivalry between Evency and Munzee. Rob, who already has probably 7 or 8 multiple personalities in his mind, has declared 2 as Rob and Bob. Bob's all for Evency. So the idea is that these Evency pins are going to be here until the Munzee players wipe them out and until Bob gets tired of them being there.
Yeah.
And admits defeat or agrees to peace.
Yeah. That's what I read on the Facebook social media. Was
so to give you a very
more
vague answer, sometime.
Yeah. The first time that Dylan actually asked me the question, I said not in the next 6 hours. So as long as you see pins on the map that say more than or 6 hours, then you're good to go.
Yep.
So it won't happen this weekend. How about that?
Yeah,
so
you've still got a fair amount of time.
There's an answer
Bob
for
doesn't
you.
give up that easily.
No. I have a feeling Bob's going to put up a fight for quite a few more days. Let's see. There was another question in here that spurred on like 400 other answers. So everyone, instead of posting questions, is actually answering that question. So I'm trying to find it. By the way, everybody, this is like our question and answer piece. Not really like a conversation thread.
It jumps up and down for us, so it's hard to keep track.
Seriously, is difficult to find where it all began. Yeah, I can't see it anymore.
So, yeah, you guys are the questions. We're the answers.
Yeah.
But on the kind of Google Plus page, you can kind of keep the conversation going.
That's true.
How many people do we have watching? 17 viewers. That's cool.
So yeah, that's a good thing. Let's see. We've got where'd it go? Here we go. Maybe
you lost it again. Yeah.
It bounces.
Should you just approve some of these?
I'm having issues getting to it. Where did it go? It's right. Sorry for those of you who are listening later. Here we go. So do you think the day of the week you have chosen and the time is chosen is good, as there are not that many viewers? The answer is yes. We do think that it is good. Thank you. Moving on. Let's see. The Mock Man actually says, and he's from Australia, had a lot of fun with Evency. Got a few new players signed up for it too. It's much easier to explain the purpose of it than Munzee.
Yeah, that may have been on purpose. We absolutely love Munzee to death, but it is a complicated game. And so when I first started working here, I told family and friends about Munzee, and I told them to download the app, and they would open it and be, especially in the McKinney area, just like gobstricken because there's so many pins around here. Some are virtual, some are this, some are that. And it's tough to get them not necessarily interested because it's very interesting to see all this, but it's tough to let them know that it is easy to break into.
Comprehension.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good word,
so
yeah.
the whole reason we kind of ripped Evency away and made a new app instead of keeping it in Munzee is so we could have that clarity and we could say, hey, why don't you try this app? And it's pretty simple to explain, pretty simple to play.
Take a picture.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
If you're not sure how to explain Evency, you go like this. Well, you download the app, you click on clues. When you see the clue, you look at it, you figure it out, and then you take a picture of it. You submit it. We either approve it or reject it.
Well,
that's it.
And it's been really fun seeing people who we had a clue and it was two bald men talking. So you have to take a picture of two bald men talking, which, I mean, if you're Rob, you can just take a picture of yourself a couple times.
Very funny. Although people took a picture of themselves in the mirror, rejected.
But no, it's fun because I saw so many stories of people going up to random bald people and being like, hey, can I take a picture of you guys talking?
So funny.
I mean,
so
that's
funny.
hilarious, but that's essentially growing our game. It's because, of course, they're like, well, what's it for? Oh, this game Evency? Well, maybe I'll give that a shot.
Absolutely. It was really awesome. So on the Munzee side, we've got one from Tatch who says, evening all, enjoyed meeting up with Ian at the event in Kingston, UK, capping the special crown Munzees and getting the event badge. Thanks to Ragged Robin for an excellent event. So thanks for that shout out to Ragged Robin. I mean, he put on an event. He was hoping to be able to grow the game in his corner of UK. And so I wanted to talk about that one in particular because we've seen a sudden explosion of events on our calendar, which is very odd. And I mean, can you think of any specific
it,
reasons?
it could be tied to a couple of things. I imagine, February is just a month of love, so people want to spread the love with Munzee events.
Right, that's it. They just want to hang out together. No,
no
specific
other
any other
alternative.
things,
Or
right.
it could be those colorful things that are scattered about the map right now.
Exactly.
Yes, so we have been selling the American Heart virtual pins.
Yeah.
They come in those conversational heart colors, and it's been going really well. People have been really cool with it. And again, all of this money is going to the American Heart Association that we make from these pins. So it's going to a good cause. And I just love seeing people, build gardens out of these, throw events because of them.
Right.
It's a good way to kind of have big blasts of activity in your area, and again, pushes you to grow your area.
That is very true. And I'm looking at the calendar now, and there's not a weekend where it will be without an event. So be sure you visit calendar.munzee.com. Sunday, March 1st has no events. Somebody get on that stat. Otherwise, seriously, every Saturday and Sunday there are events. So be sure you look at the calendar, and if you have purchased any of those candy hearts, those virtuals, then find one of those locations if you'd like to have a lot of captures. If you don't really care about captures, then pick some place that you just want people to visit that's special to you. We have a 1 mile net around MHQ, so you can't drop them directly on top of us, but you can put them just outside the ring of fire.
Well, and so we're MHQ's located on Virginia Street, but again, we're in this net, and so like 1 mile, or I guess it'd be a half mile from Virginia from here is a huge cluster of candy hearts. And I was driving through, I'm like, why are they all just in this random spot? And it's because that is a direct line from MHQ. So if you tried to blast it there, it would wind up in this kind of catch-all area.
That's awesome. See, the people, they know what they're doing. It's always
the
fun.
What's it called? Food One, like is
that where it is?
Yeah,
okay.
over next
straight
to
up,
CC's.
Yeah, straight up the road.
There's
Very
so
cool.
many over there.
So we've got those are 14 points when you deploy them. They're 14 points for the person who captures, and then if you own it, it's 14 points that comes back to you. Those are on sale in our store, and they are 4 hearts for $5. Like Dylan said, all of the money goes to the American Heart Association, and I'm excited to say that we're getting very close to our ALS numbers.
Yep.
Close isn't good enough, though.
Close is really not good enough, but we have, as of right now, it's 3 o'clock our time, and so that's 9 hours and then another 24, so we're at 33 hours left. And maybe we'll have more people continue to buy them. They will go out of the store tomorrow evening, and so that's Saturday evening at midnight, rolling into Sunday morning, and that's all MHQ time. So GMT -6.
And again, so this is gonna be your last chance to buy them, but the pins themselves will stay on the map through
March 15th.
Yeah, is that?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, I believe we announced
that's
that.
actually a
If we
definitive date.
If we
I
didn't announce
know
that,
we
guess
had
what? It's
those.
March 15th. Yeah, we were keeping
March
them.
15th.
We're keeping them out there because if you look at the calendar, imagine that there's a March 15th event, and then it's like chirp chirp crickets. Beyond that, there's one on the 20th, the 21st, and then the 28th, but it's definitely sparse after that. It's very, very colorful before that event. Although I will say there's only one set up right now for Australia, only one blue event, and that's coming up this weekend on Sunday the 15th. So be sure you guys get out there. I guess it's Saturday already in Australia, so they would is it? Yeah, it's Saturday there. I know. Saturday morning. So anyway, get out there, get those hearts, put them on the map. They're all going for a good purpose, and we look forward to that. And we'll be announcing, I don't know, next week or sometime before the end of the month. We will announce what the final total is.
Yeah.
Let's hope that we can make it all the way up to the ALS. Number,
and
so.
ALS was 54.
Yeah, it was.
So that's
pretty awesome. It's very exciting. It's scary to even think that that we'd be able to raise that much money, but it's an exciting thing because the players get so.
And again, it's a great cause, and I know it is technically an American organization, but they do good work throughout the world. We all have hearts that we need to take care of.
I think people question Rob's heart sometimes.
Oh, not mine, Bob's.
Yeah, Bob.
Bob's okay.
Bob's a cold-hearted killer.
Yeah.
But no, again, it's a great organization. Over the next, I think starting next week, I'm going to start putting out some kind of heart facts for you on how you can help your heart stay healthy moving forward into life. Because again, I'm getting to the age where my heart and my whole body is aching a little bit more and more, and I would prefer not to feel too ragged by the time I'm Rob's age. He's a beacon of health, though. If I can look like Rob with more hair by the time I'm his age, we'll be good to go.
Oh,
just laying it on him right now.
I know. Hey, again, he's a healthy guy, though.
We were rearranging offices upstairs before we came down here, and I just came up with a new place for Dylan to have his office. So that's going to be good news.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, man.
So I can do good work from anywhere.
That's exactly right.
Royal flushes.
Royal flush from Munzee. I love it. I want to kind of go to one more thing about Munzee, and that ties in with all the hearts, because TJ is actually really excited to be coming up with all the clues for Munzee for next week. And so week 2 of our public scavenger hunts will be run by TJ. He won't be approving all the clues because it's a lot of work, and he likes to work in the marketplace instead. But we got some, I don't know, we got some fun clues that are going to be heart related. It's already on the calendar, so if you open up if you open up the Munzee app and you go to the calendar, you'll see one that is called All You Need Is Love.
All you need is love.
I know. I was hoping that every time someone saw it, they would sing the song.
But yeah, so next week, obviously next Saturday is Valentine's Day, which is a heartful day.
It's a made-up holiday.
Or a hurtful day. I don't know. But hearts are involved in it, so we're kind of going with the theme of love and heart healthiness. And so that's kind of a little clue of what to expect for next week. Again, we had a lot of fun with all the players that joined. And it's just something that it's as creative as you make it. And there was a lot of creativity this week, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen next week.
Absolutely.
And TJ is approving them. So.
Yeah, good luck with that. So the Mock Man, who always has good questions for us, asks real quick about Munzee as well. In the future, do you think you'll develop a smaller package for parents that can host micro events for their kids? And the answer to that is yes. Farewell. Bye-bye. Yeah. No, what's going to happen is we're actually working on, working on how we're going to tie this directly in with our Munzee events and calendars. And so basically what's going to happen is if you are interested in adding Munzee to a Munzee event, there will be an option to do that. Now, it's not going to be for free because it's just unfortunate that we can't do everything that way. But you'll have an option to be able to do that if you're looking at running a birthday party or something like that, like he's mentioned here, then yes, we're going to have that sort of thing on the MunzeeApp.com website as well. But if you're talking specifically for Munzee events, all of that information will come to you after you put an event on the Munzee calendar.
Well, and, kind of relating to the kids and throwing like a small birthday Munzee thing. Although I see more and more kids with smartphones, I know it's always a worry that not every kid will have a smartphone and be able to play Munzee. But I think in the woodworkings, there's talks of some sort of function that allows people to play together.
What?
That's I don't know.
Most kids have nicer phones than I do.
That's also true. So, but no, there will be a way that people can play in those things of groups that sports have.
It's always possible.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it. There's quite a few extensions of this. We needed to make it available, get it out into the public, and now we have, and we've tested it with over 1,000 players in our very first week.
Crazy, man.
And you know what? No, not even going to knock on wood and say it hadn't crashed. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. So
Thank you, Scott.
right.
Yes.
Scott's done a fantastic job. And our providers that help him as a team. And then you got, Daniel Fisher, and then you got Felix and Michael who built the apps, and everything's been really great. So this actually ties in with what Cher's asking about.
I love
high school students enjoying this as they help me with many of the clues, and I'm wondering if I can adapt Eventsy for educational purposes. Cher,
Absolutely.
I'm a 15-year former teacher. I wonder what that means. So I've got a friend that is working on her school district to get this going, and so we're probably going to end up running some sort of a little pilot program here locally, and then see what we can do. That's a little heads up on that one.
That's the best thing about Eventsy. You can do anything with it.
Yes, you can. Now let's wrap up. Here in the next 4 minutes is our time, but do we have any clan war updates that we needed to talk to everybody about?
Well, and we got off my little schedule, so we can't even use my cool transition from Candy Hearts into Clan Wars.
I know. But, my apologies. Yeah.
but the Candy Hearts will count towards or count as. Will it?
Yeah, they count. They count for mystery virtuals, because remember that the requirements this month are all about mysteries and mystery virtuals, and so we made the hearts count as mystery virtuals.
Yeah.
So,
because again, this is a new kind of clan war we're trying out. And I think it's going well.
Yeah, we've got a lot of, you've got the in-clan competition for the first time, where people want to be first, second, or third place. So funny, and neither of you guys met them, but there was a couple who came from Minnesota, and they were here day before yesterday. No, they were here yesterday, I think. And so they came in, and so I was walking around talking with them about everything, and they said that they were part of a clan, and they told their clan, hey, guess what? We're going to be in first and second place, so the rest of you can fight over who's going to be in third. They didn't tell them how they were going to do it, but they just said it's going to happen. And so yesterday they were here aiming for a 25,000 point day. And as they started playing, that was their announcement to the rest of the clan that, oh, hey, here's how we're going to win. We're down in McKinney. So they had come from Minnesota to get out of the snow and to visit some friends here locally. But yeah, they were excited about how many points they had. I forgot to look and see if they won on the leaderboard for the day, but I got a pretty good feeling that if they didn't, they should be somewhere. Yeah, they're number 1 and 2 on the leaderboard for yesterday. That's awesome. So very cool. Good to know that. That was a Minnesota Buckeye fan, KB0GT.
I loved. I saw somebody posted on one of the Eventsy fan pages like, "Oh, I'm Eventsying too much. I got behind on my clan war requirements, and again, we're adding distractions."
Isn't it crazy? It is very interesting, and that's what we love about all of our Munzee players. Or maybe we should just start saying players. That's exactly. I was going to say maybe we just need to start calling everybody Z's. All of our Z's. We love our Z's because we got Munzeers and we got Eventzeers. So we're excited about where it's headed, and know that just from what we've seen, everybody else seems to be on board too. Yeah. Let's go for 2,000 players next week. I want to give Scott a serious test.
Throwing out the gauntlet.
Gauntlet is thrown down.
Can we get to 2,000 players?
I'm looking for moms who blog. Throw it out there. This is a way to get your kids involved. I'm looking for dads who are rad. I'm looking for you like that? Just kidding. I'm looking for people who've got you've got a network that you can reach out to, and you want to spread the word. We would be more than happy to let you spread the word, and I think we'll be here to support you.
I think you guys might see something coming out next week that will help spread Eventsy in your area. Eventsy is such a personal and social game that I'm going to create flyers, little 4x6 flyers that you guys can then print out and hang in your local coffee shops, your school bulletin boards that say, hey, give Eventsy a shot.
Yeah. And
it will be very simple. It'll show them just to download the app and go play the free photo hunt and hopefully grow this game a little bit. So be on the lookout on the Eventsy blog for a link to that file. And then I know you guys can spread this game. I've seen you do it with Munzee, and
this is way easier to explain.
This is way easier. And I'm continuously impressed with you guys. So keep it up.
It's going to be pretty awesome. So the good call on announcing that part, because that is going to be helpful. And don't tell any of the Eventsy users, but they're also Munzeers. They may not know it yet. So
Yeah,
an Eventsy account,
It
an
grows
Eventsy
both
account
games.
is powered by Munzee. So hopefully, as they start playing Eventsy, then who knows? They might want to go out there and cap some QR codes too. So this will grow the game in your area, both games. So
Yeah, grow the games.
you guys go out there and do it. Sadly, from McKinney Marketplace, time is up. Let me announce who the winners are, and then we're going to get out of here. There you go. So our very first Eventsy public scavenger hunt was Lolly. I don't know how it is, but it's Lolli. She, or I say she. I think it's she.
I think so.
Won. She was in first place with 1,885 points, and then we have Allie Wolf, who was in second place, 1,884, and then Doggone Fun at third place with 1,880. There were so many pictures. Yes.
And that just goes to show, guys, that the bonus points, they may be minimal, but you can win by 1 point. And
Creativity.
there were 3 people tied for fourth place, 1
Jeez.
point behind, another at 1876, 1874, 74. I mean, within probably 15 or 20 points, we had about 20 different players.
That's awesome.
So it was awesome.
crazy, man.
We appreciate you guys. Get out there. Munzee and Eventsy, like, yeah.
Z.
You know,
Z.
just Z.
Get out there and
Z it up. That's all there is to it. See you guys later.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
great week. And where's the button?